Hey there, Stampers. Welcome to Sherry's Stamp Treasures. I am Sherry Roth, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Sherwood Park, Alberta, Canada. And today I'm going to share with you how to make this cute little shaker card. Hopefully you can see the sparkle in there and that little bit of shimmer that looks like snow. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, I am using the stamp set from the 2016 holiday catalog. It's called the Jar of Cheer. So I'm using this stamp set and the coordinating framelits, which are found in the 2016-2017 annual catalog called Everyday Jars. I love that Stampin' Up! Has a stamp set called Jar of Love in the regular catalog that coordinates with these framelits, and then in the holiday catalog they came out with 2 additional stamp sets to coordinate. So there's the Jar of Cheer, which is holiday themed or Christmas themed, and then at the back of the catalog so there's the Jar of Haunts. I love this mummy, so cute. That also coordinates with the framelits as well. So it really allows you to expand your collection. Excuse me. So what we want to start with is a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 or 4 1/4 by 11 inches of white cardstock. I used our thick white cardstock, which I always use now for card bases if I'm doing a white card base, just because it's a little bit sturdier, and I just find it holds up better. And then I've scored it at 5.5 inches, so that's a regular card base. And then we can fold that. Use the bone folder to make it nice and crisp. And then you can see that I've kind of gone ahead and done a little bit of decorating already. So this is a piece of Pool Party cardstock that is cut 4 inches by 5 1/4. I've run it through the Big Shot using the Sparkle embossing folder, which is one of my favorite embossing folders. I love it. This is a piece of pink Pirouette that measures 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and the white measures 2.5 by 3.5. Okay, so now we're going to build our shaker. Okay, so what we need is, now there's a couple ways to do this. I could have stamped this snowman right on here. However, I find that if I want this in the center, sometimes it's hard to figure out exactly where you're going to put it, or where you should stamp it so that your jar is exactly in the center of that piece. So I prefer to pre-cut a jar, and we're putting it upside down, and then stamp him. I've colored him using Pool Party and Pumpkin Pie markers. And then I've also cut the exact same jar shape. This is the largest jar from that set, from a window sheet, okay? Because that's going to prevent our little shaker fluff from falling out. And the other thing that you want to do is you want to create the frame. So I've stamped the jar from that Jar of Cheer stamp set, and I've used 2, I'll show you here, 2 of the framelits at the same time. So I put this, let's do it on here so you can see, that guy, and then this guy. This looks like a pop can. That's going to cut out the center. Okay, so that's going to create our little window. And I've run that through the Big Shot, and that gave me this shape here. Okay, so now I need some mini glue dots, which I forgot to bring over. And the first step is to flip this over and add the window sheet to the back of this. So I'm just going to use 3 mini glue dots here. Okay, and put my window sheet, trying to line it up. Looks good. Okay, so that'll be the top layer, and then I'm going to take, these are our foam adhesive strips. These are perfect for creating shaker cards, and they've designed them so that they fit perfectly around this little jar. So I'm just going to snip this and run it across here, and you want to join it as close as you can. You don't want any holes because you don't want your shaker fluff to fall out. So do that, and then I'll do along this straight edge here. Hopefully I'm still in the screen so you can see what I'm doing. this edge. Let's see if we can turn it here. We'll experiment. That seems to be working. Okay, and then turn it again. Go around this little corner here. And then I just need a little piece to fill in that spot there. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to peel off the backing just so it's ready. This is a bit finicky to get this backing off here. There we go. One more piece. Okay. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. And then what I'm going to do is I've used a combination of two things. I've used some of our clear mica flakes. So these are also in the 2016 holiday catalog. You get a package with 3 colors. So you get the green, the gold, and the clear. So for this particular card, I've used the clear. And I am just going to use a scrap piece of cardstock, which I had here a minute ago. Oh, here it is. Okay, and just scoop out a little bit. You don't need a lot, and try to put it in the center of the snowman. Okay, so once I've done that, I'll seal that back up so it doesn't make a big mess. And then I've also got some of our Dazzling Diamonds glitter, which I keep in an old empty wood mount stamp case. And I'm going to use my cardstock again and just pick a little bit of that glitter and put that on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to line up this guy with the stamped one. And there's my little shaker. Isn't that cute? And then I've also pre-cut a couple extra pieces here. So we need a lid for our jar. So that's going to go on there. So I'll just add a little bit of fast fuse. Put that along the bottom. And then I've added a little bow stamped in pink pirouette. And that will go right on there. And then I'm going to add, just so that I don't squish it, I'm going to add just some Tombow to the back here. Pull in my card base and then position him where I want him on my card base. And then it's done. And you can see that, oh no, I guess I should have pushed down a little harder. There we go. Okay, so then you can see that he's got some nice snow in there. We'll let that set before I start shaking that one. And then I always like to make coordinating envelopes, so I've also stamped him on the envelope and colored him in as well. And I used the greeting from that same jar of cheer stamp set and stamped "Wishing you a season of cheer" on the inside. Isn't that cute? And very, very simple. You could do this for lots of different things, especially with the Jar of Love stamp set in the annual catalog. All right, so thanks for watching. If you're looking for more inspiration, feel free to visit my blog at www.stamptreasures.com. Bye-bye.